Hi, I'm Veronica Lee. It is the week of August 23rd, 2021. This is your weekly transformational forecast. This week is a little easier than last week. Last week was quite intense with lots of layers of things kind of, bombarding us, let's say. And it's as if we've sort of overcome that peak, right? We've hit the peak of things being pretty intense, and now there's a little bit of a leveling out. I won't say that things are getting, easy, but they're just lighter and easier. And again, not to be negative, but just seeing and feeling into the energies. But what's happening on these deeper levels is that we are really trying to sort of fortify our inner strength. And, it's not like we have to have hardships in order to do that, but humans tend to learn through that method of things being really intense and really hard, and then it's like, oh, what is the nugget in here? What am I gaining? And what is the lesson, right? That's just a human pattern. And so what I'm seeing is that there's been this sort of fortification aspect to everything that's been going on for us. And we're still opening up and receiving the gifts of these intense times, let's say. What's happening on these deeper levels is we are really trying to not just fortify ourselves in terms of, we want to be stronger, better, faster, not at all. It's fortifying that inner strength of who we are really here to be, to recognize where we are empowered, to recognize that we can move through these hardships, and to recognize in some ways what are our gifts, what is it that sustains us and that keeps us going through these times. Essentially, we are really trying to align with that heart-centered trust. And it's through these hardships that we'll often find either that we trust or we are afraid, right? And of course, we can have both of those feelings going on, but it's through that coming up against the fear that when we really hit these places of really deep, intense stuff, that we can often find ourselves simply surrendering and trusting the process, trusting that our souls are guiding us, trusting that there is this divine wisdom inherently working through all things. That doesn't mean that we can become unconscious about whatever's going on and sort of, throw our hands up and say, okay, this is all, in God's hands, which, in essence it is. But given that we are those aspects of God, wouldn't we like God to be, let's say, really conscious, right? Wouldn't we assume that God, the source, that divine, is ultra conscious? Well, that's what we are striving to become or to remember being, is ultra conscious, not in a nitpicky way, not in a way that it looks at all of our issues and goes, oh, I gotta fix this, but in essence to really tenderly experience things from a higher perspective, from a more neutral, loving yes perspective, an affirmation of, I see this, I recognize this, I can feel my inner strength in this, I am discovering my wisdom in this. I can feel and trust that all things are holding me in some way through this, right? So these are the patterns that are showing up for us. And so I invite you to maybe contemplate, what is it that is fortifying within me? And where is it that I am staying conscious to navigate through the interesting times that we're in? And by having those little awarenesses, it's as if we're saying, yes, I want more of that. I want more consciousness. I want more awareness, more strength, more sense of empowerment, and more willingness to be who I truly am. Until next week, have a great one. And again, try to just take it easy, be gentle with yourself, and enjoy whatever comes to you through these really divine insights.